Joined by the Fight Dietitian Jordi Sullivan again, and Jordi, good to see you back here in New Zealand. Pretty important time for you.
Yeah, it's always good to be back here. So yeah, it's always good to catch up with the boys. But yeah, pretty busy this trip. So we've got the few boys on the Auckland card, and then the rest of the boys coming up for Vegas for Izzy, and then all the other guys in the gym are getting ready for the local show. So busy start to the year.
Yeah. A couple of things I want to talk. I've got heaps of questions, but a couple today that I want to talk about. One was Brad. I come in. I'm not seeing him every day now, but when I come in, I said, "Oh, you look light." This was a couple of weeks ago, and he said, "Yeah, I'm actually 2 kilos lighter." That must make you happy.
Yeah. Brad was good with. He's probably one of the only guys I've worked with that he really nailed his post-fight diet. So with him, obviously we're pushing the boundaries a little bit. It was adjusting his body composition when he came out of that fight to make this fight camp easier. Like we made it pretty cruisy last time, but there's a lot of room for improvement. So we actually tried to put more body fat on him and then adjust other parts of his body. So when we're coming into this camp, we've got more room to play with, and so far it's worked out really well.
Yeah, so on target or ahead of target?
Yeah. So compared to where we were last camp, we're about 2 kgs ahead. So yeah, if he thinks last camp was easier, then this is going to be a walk in the park for him.
And that must mean more strength on the day.
Yeah, it's good. So we're working with his strength and conditioning coach. It's a very tailored approach with Andrew Wood from Tiger Muay Thai, his strength and conditioning. We've worked really closely to kind of get him a program where he's retaining his strength, but he's still bringing that body fat down. So it's a really good program.
And the other thing I wanted to ask you about today was we were talking to Kai a couple of weeks ago as well, and he said on your orders he went back to just eating normally and went off, and he said that something about resetting the clock.
Yeah. I kind of describe it, especially towards the end of the year. I kind of think of like your body as like a bank. A lot of people think like when you go to bed, you wake up and then everything just restarts. It doesn't really work like that. If you put $5,000 into savings, you wake up and that $5,000 is still there. It's the same with calories, right? If you put 5,000 calories too much in your body, it's still there when you wake up. The thing is with these guys is when we're constantly cutting weight, we're just under that little bit less. So when you're doing that camp after camp, you think of it like a bank. It's like an energy bank. So you can often, by the end of the year, that last camp's a little bit tougher because you're out of debt with the bank for so long. So when it comes time when we have a break like that, it's like, okay, well, we've probably got 30,000 calories or so where we need to catch up on. And then what that does is it kind of brings their body back to what we call energy balance, and it helps to restore the metabolic function and hormonal function. And you see it when they come back in for this first camp of the year. After they do that, everything's a bit more smoother than that very last camp of the previous year.
Okay, that's interesting. I know what Kai is like, so he's really strict with himself, and he said I went back to eating normal. Does that mean normal like I'd eat normal, ice cream and all that sort of stuff, or his normal a bit different?
Yeah, when they're out of camp, I like them to at least like 5 to 6 days. If they're still training hard, my kind of rule with them is fuel that training. So around that training, eat pretty clean, and you're obviously eating a lot more, but it's a lot more relaxed. Like I want them to be able to go out and have a nice meal, and if they feel like some ice cream or some pizza, we can fit that in, especially if they're still training, they're still burning a lot. So you take away that stress. With the fight camp, it's all dialed in because you're just trying to find that perfect balance where you're losing weight, but you're eating enough, but just not enough type thing. But when you're outside of camp, you don't have to have that so much. So you can get away with eating a bit more normal food, but ideally they're not eating takeout every meal, every day. So.
Hey, thanks very much for talking to us again, Jordi. I've got more questions and I'll catch up with you again.
Yeah, always
shortly.
Always a pleasure.
Hey, appreciate it, mate.
Awesome.
I need to know what you can do for a fat fucker like me.
Yeah, no, once I find out.